Okay, so first we need to create a 3D setup. So I need a box sub, transform, and geometry, geo, light, and camera. Okay, and we can create render top as well with resolution 1280 by 1280. Okay, and now we need to, okay, we can also change the scale here to something really small, because we will make instancing. So okay, and our instancing will be based on the noise top, so we need a noise top with small resolution like 216 by 216. Okay, and null, and we can link it here to the default instance up, and in translate X we choose R, here a B, and B here. Okay, and now we must play with this noise top here, so we can change the scale here to 0. Okay, to 0, and a period to something smaller like 0.31, harmonics to 4, harmonic spread to 4.6, exponent to 1.35, and offset to something really small like this. Okay, and now and we can also turn off the monochrome. Okay, and now we need to create a ramp top here, link it from noise to this input, change this to set resolution only, and here create a luma blur top, and connect this ramp top here to this input. And in this luma blur we need to change some values here, change the type to the first one, black value to 1, and this filter values to 100. Okay, and extend to hold. Okay, and now we can also make another one blur top and change it to a maximum here. Okay, and now we can change the camera options to make it a little bit bigger, our image, okay. Something like this, and point 1, okay. Okay, we can also change the amplitude. Okay, we can now make another one noise with the same resolution as this first one. So okay, change the scale to 0, period to 0, and turn off the monochrome. Make a null from this and link it here to color operator here, and choose R, G and B. Okay. Okay, and now we can make a counter to change the seed value here and here. So we need LFO, change the type to pulse to get this one value, and now counter and null, and we can link it here to seed value in our first noise and in the second as well. Okay, and now we can make a noise top, turn on this time slice and turn on this reset option. Okay, and we need a math top. Change the range from -1 to 1, okay, to range 0 to 1, and make a null. And we can also link this value from counter to seed, this noise, and we can link it to our amplitude parameter in our first noise. So now we change the position more often. Okay, we can also make it a little bit smaller, our boxes. Okay, now it looks correctly. Okay, so the next step is a feedback loop. So we need just a feedback, transform, another one transform, and composite, and link this render to this composite. Okay, I'm gonna make a note to watch this from here and send this composite to feedback and change the operation to over. Okay, and now in this first transform change this translate option, something like this. We can also change this input smoothness parameter to get sharpen the more sharp edges, and change the scale to something like this. And in the second, change this first scale parameter to 1.1, and also change this nearest pixel option. Okay, and we can add HSV adjust here with hue offset -2. So now colors on the edges are a little bit different than the colors from here. Okay, so now we need a fit to make it more low resolution, so change this output resolution to quarter. Okay, and now we need a composite and blur here, and connect it to the composite, change operation to negate, and filter size to 11. And now we need to mask this black background here, so in this composite common tab, just click this alpha here. Okay, and now we need a cache top, change step size to something like 29. Okay, so we get this, and now we need a feedback top and LFO with a pulse, type pulse, to resetting our feedback here. Just a little bit frequency, a little bit slower. Okay, and now we can make a null, and now we need a displace top and connect it 2 times to get this, and we can change the color by this HSV adjust and change the hue offset to something like 120, and make a composite, and we will make it over this, so change this input here, so we get this above. Okay, and now we will make another one feedback loop. So feedback, transform, and composite, and connect it here, send this composite to feedback, and change operation to over, And now we need to play with this transform a little bit. So change the scale to something like 1.66. Translate it a little bit like this. Change smoothness to nearest pixel and extend option to hold. Okay, change this input here, change to be transform form. The first input. Okay. And next step is the displace. So make a displace and blur here. Connect this blur to second input and change this blur filter size to 31, pressuring option to 2, and here in this displace change the accent to repeat. Okay. Now we can make a level top and change this black level a little bit. And this brightness a little bit. Okay. Now we can make a composite. And this composite from here, make a note from this. Before this feedback for this composite. Connect it here and change to over. Over and change this this input here to be the first one to be the level 1. Okay. And now we can make a feed top to get our image bigger. And we can also, oh, I almost forgot about it. No, okay. So now we can make another one displace and blur here, connect it here to second input, and now change this displace weight to something small like this. So a little bit of displacing here, extend to hold as it is, and this blur here to something like 32. And next step is blur as well from here, and level. And now at composite here with over and change this blur to 32. Change this to displace free to be first input, and here in this level change opacity of our blur to something like this, just a little bit of blur to our image. And now we need noise. And then stop, connect it to first input. Change period to 0. Okay. And now we need a composite and link it here. Now we get noise in our image, and now we need a monochrome. Some level and blur and composite here. And connect it here, add, change operation to add, and this level, change the black level to something like this, and a little bit brightness, increase a little bit of brightness, and here in blur change pressing to 2, and filter size to something like 18. Okay. And now we'll add a noise texture, just noise squares. So we need a limit to do this. Connect it here, and quantize tab, change quantize position to sailing. And here change it to really small, like this. And now we need a chroma key. Change this hue minimum to something like this, and create composite here, and change operation to this XOR R. Okay, and now we have this squares here and here. And now we need a noise. Change the resolution to 1000 by 1000. Change the period to 0 and use comp side. Change operation to over. And now we have this noise, the background. We can also link our counter from this to seed of our background noise. Okay, and now we can get a little improvements of our chain. So the first improvement will be here. We can copy our transform 3 times, I think. Okay, to get something like this, and just change values of these new transforms to something different. Okay. So this will be the same, but with negative number here. Okay. And now we can create switch here and connect our new transform. And we just make LFO here with just a sign and make an offset here to 1 and connect it here. Okay, so now we have different patterns. You can also change this blend between inputs option if you want something different, but I see it doesn't work good, so I'll just change this to off. Okay. And we can also make this with our input here. We can make a switch. And we can make, for example, transform and change the scale, and here change this extend option to repeat. We can connect it to switch and change it to here, and now we have something a little bit different as a result. Okay, we can also make a limit top here, connect it and change this quantize to sailing. No, this quantize here to sailing, just the squares here. We can connect it to our switch. And now we have different result as well. And we can also play with blur. So make a blur here, connect it to switch, make it a little bit blurry, like this. Let's change our index and switch. And we now get a little bit blurry abstract images here. Or we can try connect just a ramp and connect it here. Change output to set resolution only. Make a transform here and connect it to this. Change the scale and change this ramp period. And now we have something like this. Maybe a little bit bigger will be better. I don't know. Okay. Can also slow it down here. Okay, so I think that's all for this tutorial. So thanks for watching and see you soon. Okay, so bye.